Hi. I have not done a video in a long time. Ain't nobody checking for me though, so who cares? I'm going on here to talk about some of the artwork that I've done since the last video I uploaded. I have not done a lot, but I've done work. Productive, somewhat. The pieces that I've done so far without, for the past, since I've uploaded my last video 8 months ago. The pieces from like the pieces that you haven't seen to the pieces that I have documented on this little channel has been I guess it's just like me creating most of my artwork. No, hold up. Let me get my words together. Hold on. Most I get my ideas from I don't want to say trauma, but like there's no other word to describe it. I don't know any other words but trauma. I don't like that word, but that's what we gonna use today. I think that's been my my inspo, like life. It's my inspo. Life be lifing. I got to talk about the first one that I did, which was I think the last thing I documented on this channel, I think it is, was just like that portrait. And it was actually a self-portrait. I think it was kind of obvious. If it wasn't, then it was a self-portrait. And that piece is called, I'll probably insert the picture because it's actually right behind me. It's called Lil Pisces, not little, Lil, L-I-L. It's kind of like, I guess paying homage to myself, which sounds really cocky and very conceited, like I'm paying homage to myself by painting a big ass picture of me. Yeah, like, why not?
You did this for what?
Why not?
Why?
Why not?
But anyways, and basically it's called Little Pisces because I'm a Pisces. So it's Little Pisces. It's basically me as a mermaid. I feel like it doesn't communicate that it's a mermaid. It just looks like I'm wearing like some bedazzled skirt, but it's actually supposed to be like a mermaid tail. I guess like when I look back on it, I feel like I could like I would definitely change it, but I mean you can't change it now. And I'm not doing it over again. No, it took too long. It's really homage to myself. Cause like I think this past 2 years I've been going through a lot, and it's mostly just kind of I guess like a reminder to myself that I'm the baddest. I'm just kidding, but I'm actually not. Like just, you know, like getting my confidence back, you know, cause like life be life and got you questioning your worth and shit, and it's like, hold up. I'm just kidding, but yeah, just, you know, that's why if you like can kind of tell by my posture in the piece, I'm gonna show you. I'm not gonna keep on pointing in the back. It's like this very regal posture, you know, to represent like I'm that girl, you know. So it's like, you know, life be life, and you just gotta remind yourself, hold up, I'm that, you know, I'm that, you know what I mean? Yeah, that's, I feel like I'm basically showing my work and telling you like different artist statements, and this artist statement, it sounds really ghetto and so unprofessional, but like, who gonna check me? Right. And I will go on a little tangent. A lot of these pieces that I and showing. I'm using a lot of rhinestones, and I think in one of the videos that I showed that was called Stay Positive, I think the portrait right there where it was called Stay Positive, and it was my first time ever using sequins. And ever since I use sequins on that piece, I have never stopped using sequins, and I think I'm in love. I think I'm gonna use it in a lot of my work as I continue to grow as an artist, because I just enjoy it. Like, I don't know. I think it's this other piece. I'm not gonna lie. I don't really remember the title of this piece. Okay, for right now, I'm gonna call it Resilient. It's something with an R, because what happened was when I was sketching that out, I wrote the title and I'm like, yeah, this is the one right here. And I have so many sketchbooks and they're scattered like all over this room and like all over the house. So I was like, I wrote it in some sketchbook. I can't seem to find it of the actual title, but for right now, we're gonna call it Resilient. Okay? Still playing around with rhinestones, and it's basically a woman in, I guess you say, armor. I actually got my inspo from tarot cards, and I was thinking about the knights in tarot cards, which are basically like most knights in tarot cards, and the tarot card deck is all about taking action and moving forward, and having a passion to go for what you want. So I guess this piece I really wanted to communicate, well, not really communicate, but like, because I think I was in this stage of life where I'm finding it. Hold on. I'm finding it. Give me a second. It's like when I turn on the camera, my mind just goes blank. I haven't been on camera in a while, so bear with me, please. Just about like, I guess like once you like go through like a lot of stuff in your life, and is at a point, isn't that stage where it's like the end of your healing stage where you're like, okay, like what happened back there was some crazy shit, I ain't gonna lie. So, you know, let's stand up, you know, let's do better. Let's, you know, gather ourselves. You know, we're stronger after dealing with a lot of nonsense. We're stronger, you know, we're looking forward. We're taking action to, I don't fucking know. I'm sorry. You know, these artist statements are so ghetto. But it's just really just about, you know, after that healing stage and actually, you know, shaking those things off, or like, you know, you going through a lot, you know, you heal from it, you stand up, you take your power back, and you keep on pushing forward. That's basically what that piece is about, really. I really enjoyed the piece. I mean, it's some things I can nitpick about it, but it already got the varnish on it, so there's nothing I can do. But it's not my favorite piece, but I did enjoy creating it, and I really enjoyed the overall meaning of the piece. So yeah. I think the next piece I did is called Her, but it's called H-E-R. I think with this piece, I really wanted to play with Afrofuturism. I don't even feel like defining it. Search it up. That sounds so mean, but search it up. And I just wanted to play around with that theme and kind of correlate to, again, the end of the healing stage where you kind of like, you know what, that back there, all that nonsense that I've been through does not define me, and I'm looking forward to the future, do better, be better. I would say it was fun. I've never did a futuristic sci-fi-ish piece. That's not really my thing, but it was fun. It's my first time painting like that shiny metal, or like metal in general, which I thought it was gonna be really hard, but it was really easy to paint, so I was really surprised by that. But honestly, that's one of my favorite pieces. Obviously, you already know who my reference was. Me. But yeah, it's another piece that I did, and it's called The Star. I'll be honest with you, I don't really like this piece. No, you know what, I'm not gonna say that. But tell like I didn't say that. Be quiet! But tell like I didn't see that. I love the piece, so amazing. I love it. Beautiful gowns. I love it so much.
Lies, lies, and more lies, and lies on top of lies.
It's basically using what you have to create something better for yourself, basically. You know what I mean? In a way. That's why, the stars in her hand, she has the star, she has the, the power in her hands. You get it, because right now, my brain is so checked out. So my explanation on this piece in this video was so bad. Basically, the star talks about having the ability and the tools within you to achieve your dreams and your desires in life. I will say, like, as I was doing these pieces, using my, I hate this word so much, like trauma, like ew, but I don't know what else to say. I just like using my trauma to get inspiration for these pieces. I was at a point where I started to feel like me creating, me painting, me doing artwork felt like a chore. And I was like, damn, I feel like this, like, I love this. I love painting. I love creating. And I'm like, why does it feel like a chore? Something ain't right.
Oh no, this can't be.
And I was, I sat down with myself like, why does this feel like a chore? Why does doing something that I love feel like a chore? And I realized because like I'm thinking about the stuff that I've been through to create these pieces, and I felt like because I'm thinking about those experiences while sketching out my pieces, doing these pieces, painting, collaging, bedazzling these pieces, it's like I'm kind of tapping back into those traumatic experiences, and that's not fun. And I think because of that, maybe that's why I felt like a chore, because like I'm tapping into something that doesn't make me feel good. I feel like a part of it can be healing, you know what I mean? Because it's like, in a way, you're thinking about those traumatic experiences and you're like using your voice, you're expressing yourself. It's it's kind of like a healing process for me, creating those pieces, but at the same time tapping into that constantly, it felt really draining. And it's at a point where I was questioning like, okay, like, yeah, this is healing, but at the same time, I feel like me rethinking about these things over and over again to create this work, I feel like, you know, because at a certain point, you gotta let stuff go, you know? And I felt like me tapping into that, I couldn't really let go of those traumatic experiences because I'm using it to fuel my creativity. And I think that's probably the reason why I felt like a chore, because I'm tapping into something that doesn't make me feel good, you know? Like, creating makes me feel good, but these traumatic experiences that I'm using to produce my artwork don't feel great. Because I realized that for my next pieces, I really want to just do something fun. Just do stuff. That's everything don't have to have a meaning all the time. Everything don't have to be so deep. I could go into a whole tangent about that, but I'm not gonna do that. Maybe another video. I wanna do stuff that's fun, something that uplifts my spirits when I create artwork, something that will make me excited to do art. So, currently I've started on 2 pieces. I think it's just 1 piece, and I'll probably insert the picture somewhere up in the video. And like the very first piece I'm doing is I'm painting a car, and like I don't do cars, like I draw people. I love drawing people, but cars is not my forte. But again, I just want to try stuff, you know. I want to do something fun. Drawing this car and painting this car fun? No, it's not. But you know, like, it's just something to do. And even though, like I said, that I want to start creating artwork that's more fun, doesn't really have a meaning, like I'm just doing shit. This piece actually does have a meaning. The car is actually a toy car that I actually have. And it's kind of, it's a object. It was something, it was basically an exercise that I did in therapy where I had to buy a toy car. I don't want to go deep into a tangent, but it's surprisingly, this toy car is very important to me, and it's very special, you know, because it, you know, it helped me through a lot, the therapy. I guess like as I was creating this piece, I was, well, thought of the idea. I was thinking of like how I am, you know, leaving out this era of these sad, meaningful artwork and transitioning into where I'm like transitioning to this new era where I'm just having fun, being free, and experimenting and just doing stuff. So it's like, you know, in the car, you know, you go one place to another. So it's like, in a way, I'm making this piece like as a to discuss about, you know, like transitioning into this, like, you know, instead of like we're done with healing and we're just moving on to the next and doing stuff that's happy and cool and experimental. So yeah, and it's my first time also is on a wood panel. It's my first time painting on wood, so it's gonna be very interesting. So far I did like a few strokes. I barely touched it. But it's painting on wood, it's very interesting. Very interesting. Yeah. So far. And it's another piece that I have created. I have yet like actually touched it because I really want to finish the car piece first. But then probably at a certain point while I'm painting the car, I'll probably be bored and I'll probably end up starting this piece. And this piece is called Yuck Mouth. And this, again, is something that I wouldn't typically do. and it's basically just somebody showing off. It's basically I wanted to showing off their grills because I still want to bedazzle because I love bedazzling. Yay! I love bedazzling, so I was like, I want to find. I'm trying to think of or create pieces where I could really bedazzle my little heart away. So I wanted to like bedazzle the person's teeth. I think that'd be really cool, and like probably bedazzle like the jewelry. I think it's gonna come. I'm very excited about that piece. I feel like it's gonna come out real nice. If it don't, I'm gonna be very sad. But yeah, so yeah, and there's probably more artwork to come. I'll try to document as much as I can.
That's great. Keep saying it. Just keep saying it. Keep saying it out loud. And maybe you will convince Hope, because you won't be convincing anybody else, so dream on.
Yeah, like, that's it. Like, that's it. I just wanted to, like, I guess give an update. And I'll try to do more vlogs. We're not gonna try. We are. So, yeah. I guess I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.
The government made Chipotle as a secret supremacist conspiracist acronym. See, the chip in Chipotle stand for the chip they put in your mind once you eat the meat and steak. The Oatley stands for out of control.